Hi guys, how's it going? Welcome to the 5th video of the Redux series. Today I'll be covering React Redux. So in the 3rd video I showed you how to add Redux to a React application, and that was simply one way of doing it. The other option is to use React Redux, which is a UI bundling layer for Redux, which simply means that React Redux will bind our whole application to our Redux store and allow all our components to read from the store and dispatch actions as well. So to get started, head over to the React Redux site. I'll share the link in the description, and then click on the Get Started button. And then we'll go ahead and install React Redux to our application. And then let's just start our application again. Now, if we scroll down here, what we need to do, firstly, let's import provider from React Redux in our app.js. So in the previous videos, we wrote out our store, which is this basic counter here. So what we need to do now, if we head back to our app.js file, we'll just copy this part here, which is provider, and then add that to our entire application. And what this will do, basically, it will provide all our components with the store. So now to get the counter value, let's first create another component here. Let's call it counter value.jsx. Okay. Then let me just write it out. Then I'll just import this in my app.js. So to import the value or to get the counter value, if I head back to the documentation here, I'll need to import this useSelector from React Redux. So let me go ahead and do that. Then I'll remove the useDispatch. Then the next thing I'll need to do is create a variable called counter value. Or let me just say count. And then we'll call useSelector. And then this will return the actual state. And then what we'll do here is call state dot, and then in our Redux state or file that we created, the state I'm looking for is this counter here, which is counter reducer. So I'll just go copy that and then paste it in there. Then let's first console log that and see what it returns. Okay, so it says undefined. Okay. Yeah, so we can just, since it's only one state, I guess it will only return the one item. And then here we can just say value. So let me just copy that. And I'll put it in there. And there we go. Cool. So that's how you retrieve the state. The next thing, if we head to our minus and plus buttons, here we'll need to actually dispatch or make a call to update the what you call the counter. So to do that, we'll need to import what's called the useDispacth from our React Redux. So I'll go ahead and copy that as well. And then here we can remove the store import since we've binded our whole application to the store using this provider here. So I'll comment that out and then comment that out as well. So now, in order to actually make an update, what we'll need to do, if we go down here, as you can see, we can just call a method called dispatch, which will require us to create a new constant variable here called dispatch equals useDispacth. Okay. Then here we can call decrement, or let's say dispatch. And then here, obviously, we need our object, which will be this one here. Let's remove the subscribe here. And this, so we can actually get rid of this. Okay, there we go. Here we'll just need to add that. Then I can get rid of this decrement function and that as well. useSelector is also not required here. Cool. So now if I just reload this, so as you can see, if I click the minus, everything's working accordingly. So we can pretty much do the same for our plus button. So we can get rid of the store. Then we can also add that dispatch variable there. And then for our own click, let's simply say, okay, let's just copy this actually. Then change that to increment. There we go. So we're still using our Redux store that we created here. It's just that using the React Redux, we bind our whole application using the provider, and then we pass our store as well. And this is accessible to our entire application here. So to make a dispatch or to update, you just use the useDispatch, and then to get the actual value, you need the useSelector. And a side note, if you have to actually call useDispatch or useSelector, you cannot do it in here because you can only do it within the components that are wrapped in this provider here. So if we just head back here, okay, so there we go. So now everything is working accordingly. And that's pretty much it when it comes to React Redux. I hope this tutorial was useful. Cheers, till next time.